So season 2 just dropped, we just got the big update, and everyone's always asking every season, what gun is everyone rocking, what's the meta weapon after this gun got nerfed. So what I'm going to do for you today is provide you with 5 of the best loadouts that you should be rocking on Ashika Island and Al-Mazrah that you can be very successful with. Now it's important to note, at the start of season 2 there were 2 meta weapons that got hit, the RPK and the Fennec. The RPK had its recoil increased and its damage range reduced, whereas with the Fennec you required 2 extra bullets in order to down a full plated enemy. So provided you can control the RPK's recoil and you can land all your bullets with the Fennec, they should still be included in any list that anyone provides, because they're still top tier weapons. So that being said, starting off with our list, we've got the Fennec and the RPK. Again, 2 meta weapons that are still very dominant in today's meta. You've got the Fennec, here are all the attachments and the tunings for you. Oh, don't move too much, there we go. Bit of stick drift not helping. So there you go, there's the tuning and the attachments for all of you. Just increasing this one, so we want Splinter Fire, sorry, and ADS. There you go, here's a rubber grip. Lastly, we've got the stock. Great stuff. And then here's the RPK. Again, nothing's really changed from the meta attachments in my opinion. You just want to keep them as it is. And if we take a look at the gun's recoil pattern, so all you want to do is face this door, ADS, and just shoot without even controlling it. There you go. So this will give you a good indication as to the recoil pattern of the gun. It does steer a bit to the left, so all you want to do is just ADS and control it in the opposite direction. That way you'll be able to control your recoil much easier. Switching over to the Fennec, so again the Fennec is very close. There you go, it just goes up, very easy to use. As we face the bots, face forward, nice and easy, I wouldn't even practice shooting the long one, just because A, the recoil control on the Fennec isn't great, and secondly, I won't be using my SMG at that range. I'll just try and reposition and see if I can get a bit closer. So nice and snappy, there you go. Next on our list, we've got another weapon that was nerfed slightly to its damage range, but it's still a very dominant weapon, especially in Ashika Island. I've paired it again with the Fennec, so no changes there. If we have a look at the Kastov 762, so here we go, we've got the lock shot muzzle, FTAC Ripper for that recoil control, high velocity for that damage range and bullet velocity, 40 mags, and then we've got the Cronin Mini Pro. Again, if we take this into the firing range, I'll show you guys the tuning in a second. Again, very controllable recoil at range. It does steer a bit to the right, I believe, to shoot up. There you go, so shoot all the way down to the right. Very easy recoil pattern. So again, just holding down the ADS and then just control it in the opposite direction. But again, if we go to the lock shot, so there are the tunings. Again, we go over to FTAC Ripper. Oh, stick drift does not help at all. Stay where you are. 40 mags and then a Cronin Mini, again for the ADS and FAR. Nothing's changed over there on the Fennec side as well. Everything's exactly the same. Next up, we've got a gun that's crept into the radar in my opinion. It's the M13 alongside with another meta SMG, the MP5, aka the Lachmann Sub. So we go into the M13. Reason I put into the list is because it did get a buff in the season 2 patch notes. So we've got the Harbinger muzzle, we've got the Echelon barrel, at high velocity ammunition, again with the 60 mags and the aim OPV. You can use any blue or red dot sight that you guys want. The reason I've gone for 60 mags with this is because the fire rate is so fast, it does bleed through ammo. Likewise, whenever you're entering trios and definitely quads, you always want to have the maximum capacity abs, unless you're using an LMG. So yeah, if we have a look at the tunes, so there you go. Recoil control, bullet velocity, the barrel, again recoil stabilization and damage range. Going to the high velocity, again similar thing, damage range, bullet velocity, 60 mags, and again I've gone for flinch just because when I'm getting shot, but likewise you can always pull it down to ADS if you wanted to. If we have a look at that in here, again, very easy recoil control, beams all the way. And if we have a look at the MP5, so I've gone with a slightly different build just because I've played with the MP5 and its attachments for so long now, and I still can't set myself on like a specific setup, but here's what I'm going with at the moment. So this is for the muzzle, again bullet velocity and recoil control. Realistically it should be ADS if I bring that down here. There you go. If we go to the Falcon barrel, so again, for aim walking speed and ADS, that's why we've chosen this barrel. Like I said, every weapon in this game lacks ADS and mobility. So that's what we're trying to give the SMGs as a priority as opposed to recoil control. Again, hip fire control and ADS, 40 mags, no optic, and the laser to increase the sprint to fire and ADS. And this gun honestly does just as good, if not slightly better at times than the Fennec. Look at the snapping, so good. Range. So yeah. Like I said, don't even bother using it at long range. Just literally leave it to close, land all your shots at medium range, and close range and you'll be fine. Next up, we've got two DLC weapons, the broadside shotgun and the Hemlock. Now, the reason I've included the broadside is because realistically, when you enter into buildings, whether it's Al Mazrah or Ashika Island, you are dominating, especially with this setup here. You've got the Bryson Invoke Choke, you've got the ZLR Sport 8 barrel, you've got the Dragon Breath rounds is back. Duf has returned. 12 mags and the stockless stock. And if we have a look at the Hemlock again is a beam. It reminds me of the Kilo, the closest thing to a Kilo that we've had, beside from one of the other guns that we're going to show you on this list. Admittedly, I haven't got the gun fully leveled up, so I won't be able to show you any tunings for it. However, like I said, you always want to try and tune your long-range weapons to damage range, bullet velocity, or damage or recoil control. So a whole bunch of D20 muzzle, defill the barrel, any optic you'd like, 45 mags, high velocity ammunition. Again, these ones would be exactly the same in terms of the tunings. So we take that into the firing range. Honestly, this gun, so nice, so nice. Probably better recoil control than the M13, and it kills way quicker than the M13. It's insane. Look at it. Next up on our list, we've got the M4 as well as the MP5. Now, the M4 honestly has been creeping in a bit by bit. I've seen loads of people use it on TikTok and Instagram, and I've just thought, you know, let me give this a try. And this honestly does really, really well. You got the standard barrel for your recoil control and your damage range. Same, nothing here. The phase 3 grip I find gives you the best horizontal recoil control, whereas the FTAC Ripple will do more of an all-round. And it doesn't hurt your ADS as much as like the foregrips or the long stock. So these are the tunings for each attachment here. There you go. And if we take this into the firing range, the MP5, nothing's changed with that. So here's the MP4, very snappy for the AR. It does beam too. Very, very easy, very nice, easy to use. And a staple weapon in all Call of Duty games. Last but not least is my favorite loadout, and I've even dedicated an entire video to this, which you can check out popping up on the screen right now. It is the one and only the TAQ-56 and the Fennec. This gun here is without doubt my favorite weapon, and in my opinion the best AR in the game. Easily, even above the RPK. Might not have the mag size of the RPK, but tuned correctly with the right attachments that I'm going to show you in a second is the way. And before we jump into this loadout, guys, if you did like the video so far, please hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel and want to stay up to date with everything Call of Duty on the best loadouts, best weapons, and any kind of Call of Duty news, hit that sub button and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date on all notifications and whenever I post a video. But let's jump into it. So, TAQ-56, here is my attachments. Now, I run the Harbinger barrel, muzzle, sorry, and these are the exact tunings that I do. This way it doesn't kill my ADS too much, but then likewise it's such an easy gun to control. I don't have to worry too much about recoil control. And you could implement this kind of mindset with the Hemlock or the M13, which guns don't have too much of a kick. I just find this is the sweet spot for the TAQ-56, and honestly it is so good. Moving over to the high velocity again, all the way. And at the Cronin Mini, it's just so nice and so crisp. This hasn't changed from all the other weapon classes that I've shown you already. If we take this into the fire range, guys, honestly, just kills so quick, so snappy, ADS-wise, and honestly, the recoil pattern is so easy as well. Just look at it. If I aim at this wall, just up and barely moves. It's probably the easiest gun to control recoil-wise. Very simple pattern and an absolute beam at ranges. And if you want to check out the full gameplay that I posted not too long ago, again, check it out on my channel. But likewise, I'll make the pop-up come through again for you guys. Very easy to use, and again we have the Fennec paired perfectly with a gun like this. Very snappy. There we go, guys. So those are the best weapons that I think you should be using for Ashika Island and Al Mazrah in Warzone 2. If you did like the video, guys, like I've said already, hit that like button for me and share it with a friend who might find this useful. And likewise, if you want to stay up to date with everything Call of Duty, hit that sub button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with all my latest videos. But without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.